He is a horticulturalist. He is a landscape designer. And he is an award winner. I just want to tell you, this gentleman just got the Distinguished Fellow of Horticultural Award at Mississippi State University. It's the first one to ever get this award. And first of all, too, that is so awesome. You actually learned horticulture at Mississippi
State. So I got to go back. I spoke to 3 different classes of students, and I'll tell you, I've got a story about sun patients when we get to them, and about Mississippi, and about where my mom was born.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we got stories coming up.
And by the way, they asked him to come and teach, and I said, you know what? You teach us all the time. As viewers, as people who love QVC and watch you, we learn so much from Philip. So I think that's awesome.
Well, I learned plenty too, and we've got great stuff coming on.
We sure do.
And Little Miss Dynamite.
Little Miss Dynamite,
my friend,
roses.
Brenda Lee. I named this rose for her, and you'll see it is petite, it's compact, and it's also quite productive and beautiful, just like Brenda Lee.
So here's what you're going to get. You're going to get 2 plants of these beautiful patio roses. It's M53231 for $29.88. These, just so you know, these sold out a year ago. It was March 2017. Here they are now in March of 2018. This is the first day ever on the easy pay, the 4 easy payments. And like I say, only quantities of the season. So if you want these, you want to make sure to get them. They are gorgeous.
They're really gorgeous. And I tell you what, after these open up, these are all budded out right now. After they open up, they've got an apricot blush down in the center. But this was an unexpected surprise. You know, I loved them. I had them in containers in my garden last year. This is the beauty. You know how you always having to clean up the old rose petals underneath your bush?
Yeah.
These stay on. They dry in place, so then you deadhead them. You never have to clean up under the bush. You just clip them off of the plant itself. I love that because it was low maintenance, high yield, and everybody commented on them in my garden.
So here's the thing we want to know is that, like, we have a zone map, and we can show that at some point, and also a warranty. These are perennials. These are going to come back year after year. But the other thing to note is that this one, I loved what you said, and that's low maintenance roses.
Yes.
That's not true for all roses, but it is true for these.
It's true for this one. Now, you want to have something that absolutely produces gorgeous flowers like this.
Take a look.
I mean, and I picked this one out because I wanted to have something that looked like rocking around the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And that's what this looks like. It looks like, you know, those beautiful starlight mints. They only get 2 to 3 feet tall, 2 feet wide, and it is a great choice for no spray gardens. It's perfect for the patio. And by the way, it's the first patio rose we've ever offered. Each bloom is unique, it's powerful but petite, and when all of your other roses are saying, I'm sorry, Little Miss Dynamite will be coming on strong because she is no Johnny one time.
Wow.
She blooms all season long in all parts of the country, and it'll still be blooming when you're rocking around the Christmas tree. It's one of the last roses to stop blooming.
That's amazing.
And you get 2. They're not bare root, they're not little pots. You're getting a big plant like this, and you're getting a pair of them.
That's amazing.
Nice,
which is why
plants.
you can do this, because you're getting a pair of them. It might be on either side of the front door or either side of the deck or whatever it might be. So you've got that symmetry and the color. I mean, the thing that I thought was so amazing was the color is so gorgeous. So like you say, no 2 are alike, the way that they mix the pink and the white.
It's beautiful.
But these are dense. This is so dense.
And I loved mine in containers because I was always looking for the right size rose. I wanted something bigger than a mini rose, but not as big as a hybrid tea rose. This was just ideal for a deck area, but also in the ground. If you've got larger roses, you can plant them in front of those roses and expect to have a real wow factor. They were low maintenance, high interest, and I love the fact that they're for Brenda Lee. And hi, Brenda, I know you're out there watching. I talked to Julie already. She said she'd clue you in. That's her daughter.
Awesome. Oh, wonderful.
But I went down to Nashville and I took drove my truck to Nashville
Yeah.
to take the roses down for Brenda for her garden. And I always have a good time down there. And she's still, you know, touring and singing and carrying on like that. And if you ever have a chance to go to any one of her concerts,
I would
it's
love
great
to.
because she delivers like these roses. I couldn't have a rose that was not going to be a big producer.
Right.
If it was going to be named for Brenda Lee.
Here's the thing I wanted to know. What part of the country should it be in the ground, and what part of the country should it be in containers?
If you live in an area, say, that is colder than zone 6, I would put it in the ground. But if you have it in a container, what you can do is just bring the container next to the house and mulch the container.
Okay.
I always mulch my containers anyway because it just cuts down on the watering.
Right.
But the nice thing about these roses is that they're not grafted. They are on their own root, which means even if you get some winter kill on it, what comes back from below will be the same thing,
Right.
which is a critical thing. We searched long and hard because I told Brenda, I've got a rose that's going to come out for you, but it still took me 3 years to get the rose.
Wow.
It takes a while to get the right one. You cannot find this anywhere else. This is only here. So if you like Little Miss Dynamite, you got 2 of them. You can blow up the garden with this baby.
Or you can get it to, you know, order 2, so you end up with 4 plants if you want to do that. These are not fragrant like tea bread, you know,
like
tea
hybrid
roses.
tea.
Yeah, hybrid teas.
But they bloom like crazy. There's nothing that's going to bloom more than this one, and that's what I loved about it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pull these together later in the show when we have the Pink Lightning Sun Patience.
Okay.
So they're great companions to match those up, which is what I had on my back patio. The colors were so perfect together. But non-stop blooms, these just absolutely don't stop. And it's powerful, it's petite, only 2 to 3 feet tall, 2 feet wide, and I fertilize mine once every couple of weeks with our bud and flower booster, which is always a good idea. You know, take good care of your garden, take good care of yourself, and everything's going to be beautiful.
And we actually have that Rose Booster fertilizer pack that makes 100 gallons.
Yes.
It's customer top rated. It's on 4 easy payments of $11.69. It's M7574 if you want to get that. That one's specifically for the roses, or they actually have a different item number, M17411. Same thing. Here's the other thing I want to quickly mention. 1,500 sets already ordered. These are our only quantities of the season. I can't even begin to tell you how many times, year after year, for whatever reason, I get busy, I bypass it, and I think, wait, I wanted to get those roses. I go back on QVC.com, gone. And I'm thinking, oh, I have to listen to myself. And so this year, Mark and I have been way ahead ordering our flowers.
Well, you're smart.
We are. We finally learning our lesson, because the whole thing is that what you're doing is reserving yours.
Right.
They're not going to ship out to you right now. They're going to ship out depending upon your zip code, depending upon your part of the country. Cottage Farms keeps track of all the different parts of the country. When it's ready for planting in your part of the country, then they ship out to you. That's when you get billed. You do not get billed until they ship. And once they arrive, that's Cottage Farms saying to you, time to plant these.
Indeed it is. And if you want a rose that is low maintenance, high yield, this is one for you. You know, a lot of roses are really tough. Little Miss Dynamite, she gets out there, she gets the job done, and she doesn't give you any grief. She just gives you a really great concert. This is a concert for your garden.
It is, and you get both of these.
You get both of these.
And year after year after year, 2,400 sets now ordered. A lot of people ordering more than one set because these are beautiful. Can you imagine if they're kind of going down a row, down a border? That would be dynamite. And one other thing I want to quickly mention, and then we'll show you something. Every one of the plants from Cottage Farms is going to come with what we call a growing guide. It tells you exactly how to plant it, where to plant it, how spacious, you know, how much space between each plant, what it's going to do. You'll see the picture on the front. Never let these go. Make sure you hang on to them. And there is a 1-800 number at the bottom should you have any questions. And that's really, really important. Now, we talk about a zone map.
Exactly.
And these can go from zones 3 to 9, 10, 11.
Yeah, and these are awesome. So take a look at our zone map, pick your area of the country out, and match it to